Fun. All right. Are we ready to start?
All right, we're all set, Marcy.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. And I think everybody knows everybody, so we're not going to introduce ourselves. We're going to jump right into our business today. And I'm going to remind you as members of the committee of your duty under the State Government Ethics Act to avoid conflicts of interest and the appearance of conflict. And you're instructed to refrain from participating in any matter coming before this committee with respect to which there is a conflict of interest or an appearance of conflict. Is there anybody that needs to note a conflict at this time? All right. If not, then we're going to just get on with business. Just to remind you, there are the behind each tab, there's a current member of the board or commission that we're talking about. So you will see the members of the board or commission that we're going to be addressing today. There's also a page with a list of lawyers who are currently seeking appointment to any board. We have an ongoing list of lawyers that are interested in being appointed to boards. And then I think it was last summer that we adopted a procedure wherein the committee members are asked to send names of potential nominees for appointment to either Alice or Lenise prior to the meeting. And then only the name in that email would have only the name of the candidate and the position that you're nominating them for. So before we move forward, I do need a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting from October the 6th.
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Are we going to do polls, Peter? Or are we just going to, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're going to try to do polls on everything and the votes even as well.
Okay. All right, if you would vote, please.
That's unanimous.
All right, thank you. All right, the second item I think I've already referred to, that is the names of lawyers interested in being appointed to any board. This is behind, I believe, tab 2. Item number 3 is the Lawyers Assistance Program. The LAP board is a 9-member board comprised of 3 state bar counselors, 3 LAP volunteers, and 3 clinicians who are experienced in working with the substance abuse and or mental health field. And there are 3 appointments to be made. Reed Acree Jr. is a volunteer, and Jerry Collins, counselor, are not eligible for reappointment. We have Michael McGuire, who's a clinician, is eligible for reappointment. And the LAP board recommends the reappointment of Mr. McGuire and the appointment of Counselor Warren Savage to fill the seat of Mr. Collins, and Anthony Flanagan, a LAP volunteer, to fill the seat of Mr. Acree, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Acree, yeah.
Okay, I don't believe we have received any nominations, have we? Are there any nominations?
I would move that
Adoption of the set.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Patrice? Judge,
I was saying I move the adoption. You call me Patrice, it's okay. I
Okay.
move the adoption of the names as recommended. Did
Thank you.
Darren, did you want to?
I second that.
Oh,
You beat me to the motion.
okay. Sorry, Mr.
That's okay. Are there any is there any discussion?
No, I'd just say that Warren has always been involved with LAP and been a big advocate and supporter of it. So he's a great choice.
And I assume it's okay to vote on both of those.
Yes, Marcy, if there are no competing nominations, then we will do it as a motion. If there are competing nominations, we'll do it as a vote, like a ballot. So this one can be just a motion for all of them together.
And we have that motion, I believe. So are we ready to vote?
Yes.
All right, Peter.
And that's unanimous.
Thank you. So the rules governing the Lawyers Assistance Program require the council to appoint the board's chair and vice chair annually. Ted Edwards has completed his 3rd term on the council, but has 1 year remaining on his term on the LAP board and is eligible to serve as chair. The LAP board recommends the reappointment of Mr. Edwards, Chet Edwards, as chair, and the appointment of LAP volunteer Crawford Cleveland as vice chair.
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, if not, ready to vote, Peter.
That's unanimous.
Thank you. Next on the line item 4, the North Carolina State Bar Foundation Board, there are 2 appointments to be made. Ann Reed and Dudley Humphrey are not eligible for reappointment. The bylaws of the foundation require that all members of the board of directors be past presidents of the state bar. The foundation board recommends, excuse me, the appointment of past president Mark Merritt and past president John Silverstein to fill the vacancies on the board. Do I have a motion?
I would move the appointment of Mark Merritt and John Silverstein.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we're ready to vote.
That's unanimous.
Thank you. So we have one item on the addendum. This one is the appointment. There's one appointment to be made to the Board of Paralegal Certification. Russell Neighbors, who's a former state bar counselor, has resigned from the board with 2 years remaining on his term, which would expire October of 2023. So the lawyer appointed to replace him will complete his term, and thereafter will be eligible to serve 2 3-year terms. Now, I believe on this particular appointment, we did receive a nomination from Mike Ramos. Mike, you're on here, aren't you?
I'm here somewhere.
Yeah, I know. There you are. You keep moving around.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing about
I'm
these.
not computer literate. If I lose you, I'll lose you.
Right. And then I guess I need to see if we have any other nominations for this position.
Yeah, Marcy, the board chair for the Paralegal Certification Board had recommended Daryl Davidson be appointed to the term.
Okay, are there any other nominations? Okay. So Mike, at this time, I'd call on you if you would like to speak on behalf of Butch Pope.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Margie, you're way up in the corner and the rest of my screen is just blank. So yeah, I talked to Butch a couple weeks ago when it was known that there was an opening, and he expressed a great deal of interest in it. His assistant is a board certified paralegal, so he has some experience with that, and I don't believe I need to introduce him to the committee. I think everybody knows Butch. In spite of that, I think you should. I would ask you to seriously consider his position on the board. Thank you.
I believe Butch is he from Whiteville?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
he was a counselor for like 9 years before I became counselor. Right.
Okay. All right, Mike. Thank you.
Is this a 3-year term?
Well, it was served. He's got 2 years remaining. So this one on Russ, right? So this one would end October of 2023, and then that lawyer would be eligible to serve for 2 3-year terms after that.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Ryan, did you want to say anything else on behalf of Daryl? Is it Daryl Davidson?
Yeah, I think, and I guess I want to be clear that this isn't, these aren't my words. I guess this is more Warren Hodges, his recommendation that I'm just relaying to you all. But I think Warren, in recognizing the quality person that both Butch and Daryl are, was looking at geographic diversity, and we don't have any members of the board that are west of Winston-Salem. And so Daryl fits that need. We do have a lawyer member from Fayetteville. And so, I think Warren wanted to express his appreciation for both names being offered, but looking at the benefit that the board receives from counselor involvement, given the council's role in supervising the program, and recognizing that I think, as he put it, representation is distrusted when not truly representative of the entire area. And so he would, I guess that's where his recommendation comes for Daryl, who is our current counselor from Statesville.
Did he speak to Daryl?
No, he did not speak to. I have spoken with Daryl
Okay.
when I was trying to initially kind of reach out to see who might be interested in this position. And Daryl did indicate that he was interested in the position, or that he'd be willing to be appointed. He does have 2 certified paralegals on his staff, so he's supportive of the program.
And Daryl's now law partners with David Bimbo, that was a counselor from Iredale for a number of years. So they're now law partners just recently, I think. So I would support Daryl just based on the geographical diversity. Both of them are quality people, but we are northeast, 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 and one east. So I think we need to have a little bit of geographical diversity for that.
I want to call attention to the fact, pardon me, that we have some terms that expire this year. And so whichever one we do not select, in the event that any of those are ineligible for reappointment, there's an opportunity to come on board later on this year for my 2 cents worth. But for right now, I would agree with the geographical diversity issue. And since they're both qualified and would come on board and hit the ground running, I would go with Daryl Davidson.
Any other comments, questions? Okay, so I guess the way we do this is we do a poll for Butch Pope.
Marcy, I have them both as choices, so it'll
Oh, good.
just be
Okay,
one or
good.
the other. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. Of course you do, Peter. You're just, yeah.
And the result is 14-1 for Daryl, so he has a majority.
Okay, Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk to Butch and just tell him that, there may be other opportunities for this board or others, because I do think he would be great to be on a board.
Yes, ma'am. Sure will.
And just
Yes,
let him know that basically, I think that, the geographic diversity was a big issue
Yeah.
here.
I have no,
Butch. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Is there any other business for well, we have upcoming appointments. Let's see. In April, there are 5 appointments to be made by the State Bar Council for the Disciplinary Hearing Commission. James Davis, Margaret Hicks, Margaret Hunt, and Jay Meyer are eligible for reappointment. And Don Prentice is not eligible for reappointment. There are also 3 public members, but we do not appoint them. And I think Alice said that other appointment positions will be posted on the State Bar website after the meeting. Is there any other business with this group? Alice, anything else you can think of? Nope.
No, Marcy, that's everything.
Thank you. Is there a motion that we adjourn?
So moved.